whereas the average Chinese MFN tariff on U.S. goods going into China is 35%. Is that reciprocal?
I love when she says that. Is that reciprocal? I like that.
She's right, though. She cooking. This Nancy actually spoke sense, and she's talking to Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton thought it was a great idea. Bill Clinton didn't think of anything, but he was the one that pushed it out there. Thought it was a good idea to go ahead and send jobs, manufacturing overseas. They still, technically, they still think it's a good idea. They're still talking about that to this day.
How far does China have to go? How much more repression? How big a trade deficit and loss of jobs for the American worker? And how much more dangerous proliferation has to exist before members of this House of Representatives will say, I will not endorse the status quo? As I mentioned, it's about jobs, proliferation, and human rights. And there are those who say we shouldn't link human rights and trade and proliferation and trade. I disagree. But if we just want to take up this issue on the basis of economics alone, indeed, China should not receive most favored nation status for several reasons that I'd like to go into now. I'd like to call the attention of our colleagues to this chart on the status quo that the business community is asking each and every one of us to endorse today. Right now, we have a $34 billion trade deficit with China, the 1995 figure. It will be over $40 billion for 1996. Since the Tiananmen Square massacre, this figure has increased 1,000%, from $3.5 billion then to about $34 billion now. In terms of tariffs, I think it's interesting to note that the average U.S. MFN tariff on Chinese goods coming into the United States is 2%, whereas the average Chinese MFN tariff on U.S. goods going into China is 35%. Is that reciprocal?
I love when she says that. Is that reciprocal? I like that.
She's right, though. She cooking.
Yeah, she is. She is. What about
on exports? China only allows certain industries into China, of U.S. Industries into China, and therefore only 2% of U.S. exports are allowed into China. On the other hand, the U.S. allows China to flood our markets with a third of their exports, and that'll probably go over 40%. And it's limitless because we have not placed any restriction. In terms of jobs, this is the biggest and cruelest hoax of all. Not only do we not have market access, not only do they have prohibitive tariffs, not only are our exports not let in very specifically, but China benefits with at least 10 million jobs from U.S.-China trade. The president in his statement requesting this special waiver said that China trade supports 170,000 jobs in the United States, 170,000 jobs, whereas our imports from China support 10 million jobs at least.
What the hell?
Yeah, because over here at the time, especially, you got to think we still had somewhat of manufacturing, right? And you have to pay American workers. But then you go over there, they have slave labor, child labor, all that good stuff. And so they get that. Fast forward years later, and everybody takes their stuff over there. So your average shoe, shirt, whatever is made over there. And it's made fast and cheap. So therefore, you have those numbers that you see versus over here where it's a skill, manufacturing is still a skilled labor. So you have to have people that actually know how to do that, which is not many. So you only get that number there. Nancy before Botox, y'all. I'm with it. This Nancy actually spoke sense, and she's talking to Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton thought it was a great idea. Well, Bill Clinton didn't think of anything, but he was the one that pushed it out there. Thought it was a good idea to go ahead and send jobs, manufacturing overseas. They still, technically, they still think it's a good idea. They're still talking about that to this day. Oh, why would we bring those jobs back? Those are primitive jobs. You still need a manufacturing industry in your country. That's why China wins. Even if you do have tech innovations, you still need manufacturing.
Yeah, we need them. We need somebody to make our stuff. Make our stuff, please. But god dang, we are providing 10 million jobs over there. That is nuts. Their whole economy was built off of the backs of. That's crazy. We're taking care of them. That's not wow.
That we take care of the entire world. So did you see all of the countries that are caving?
How many countries caved so far?
India, the UK,
Oh wow, the
um,
UK already?
yeah, yeah. Not China. What is that? Taiwan.
Taiwan, okay.
Yeah, because Taiwan and Nike have that, that deal going there, right? So they're talking about going to zero.
Jesus.
Canada, Mexico on the low. Mexico don't want to say nothing, but Mexico on the low.
They said
Yeah,
Vietnam.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Vietnam has the thing with Nike. Yes. Yeah. So
Wow.
look, these countries, they talk all that. Like UK was talking big stuff. Argentina.
Wow. Well, they like Kamala. I hate to say it, but I told you so. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.
Oh
When I
no,
went to
Kamala was right. She said we was going to get exactly what we deserve. Thank you. Thank you. Gracias. Because at the end of the day, they think a lot of us are stupid, right? We know if you're going to get your house remodeled, Van, what happens? I gotta kind of wreck it a little bit. I gotta tear it down to build it back up.
You're right. You're right about that. It's going to look ugly before it looks beautiful again.
Right, but you know what's coming. So there's that.
All right. So Trump is doing exactly what he said he would do. He will put us in a
Mhm.
position to win again. And it seemed like that's exactly what's happening. And for that, I say I made the right choice. I
We
made the
definitely
right
did.
choice.
We definitely did.